Okay, everyone. This is Trey, and we just jumped into a besieged Scars draft, and I'm gonna have to go back and look and see what that pick was, because just did a misclick and ended up with a Pierce Strider. I could have been worse, for first picks, but yeah, we're gonna have to see what I missed out on that pack. At some point, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep going for right now, and yeah, try and figure that out. That was an interesting start. Okay, looking at this pick, looks like Divine Offering kind of stands out. Skinwing is pretty good, but I think just taking the removal, and white is pretty strong and tends to be underdrafted, I think, for the power level that it provides. There's not really a whole lot, really strong. This guy's probably would be my next pick, and this guy's pretty alright too, but yeah, we'll go with the Divine Offering. Sure. Alright. So if we're doing white, I'm really fine doing white skies. You tend to get a lot of this guy, and then in the subsequent packs you end up with the other 2/2 that gains you the life. This guy, however, is pretty good too. I prefer to draft as many early drops as I can get, is the only thing about that, and you're bound to get two guys out of this. I mean, so it's kind of like a broken craw worm. Yeah, I really like the guy in the air. And I think these guys are similar on power level. Some people may make the argument that this guy's better, but I mean, I think if you're in the color, then they're pretty similar. The color commitment is the only thing on this guy, but I'm willing to go with that. We're gonna try it. And that's Spread the Sickness. Decent piece of removal. Little, late, but Septic Rats, obviously quite the infect card. Pretty much would like to avoid infect at pretty much all costs. Haven't had the best of success with it, especially in this one. Haven't really ran with it in the paper Magic, but yeah, digitally hasn't turned out that great. Yeah, I think we'll just do Spread the Sickness, and if nothing else, we can always splash that. So seems fine. All right. The white plan, I'm fine picking this guy up. Again, there's I think I may have mentioned in my last draft, there's a lot of potential to misuse that guy. Do some damage to something, and then yeah. So, but yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and we'll pick this guy up. It's a really late Blight Widow. I'm not a huge fan of green white. But that guy is pretty strong in both infect and not. I could stay away from it, just feed somebody infect, and let them do that. Problem is, if we're doing blue and white, which I'm thinking we might, that guy's gonna get in the way. Really leaning towards the Geyser here. I don't particularly like that pick either. I want to take that, but I'm taking the Geyser. Alright, so between here, this guy's, an okay dude. This isn't an okay spell, and this is a pretty okay spell, especially, late you'll end up with guys that you don't much are really doing anything for you, and draws a good deal of cards. I always think it should be costed a little lower the sacrifice creature on it. I'm kind of thinking we'll just take this guy. He's a solid guy. I like the big butts. They help out. Man, that guy's really late. Again, I don't like the green-white combo, but that guy's just really quite good, and yeah, that could just be an undervaluing of that guy, or could be a signal that green is open from that direction. We're not really giving up much. I mean, there's some okay red, and that thing's okay, but maybe we'll just yeah, speculate on the green. Again, this is almost the same exact pack, except for now it's got a ginormous dinosaur in it. Now this guy's probably the most steady thing. This is the one we're most likely to play. And this guy is the most overpowered. We're going to take the likely to play thing. Go for that. Alright, this pack coming back. In fact, guy, lead the Stampede. It's usually, yeah, the Stampede seems fine here. It is an okay thing, and we are not in danger of metal crafting right now, and this is pretty crappy, so, yeah. Alright, well, I'm fine with another one of those guys. At this point, at least, it looks pretty likely to make our deck, so seems fine. Sure, Hexplate Golem. Not terrible. We'll go ahead and take the Mastery. And sure, Faris is not going to play it, but alright, so hiding the stuff we are not playing, which is not a lot that we're really definitely not playing. Hey, we open well. We're in white, and we're taking the white bomb. See what else we're passing. Another pretty decent white card. This is a really good pack, actually, all said and done. I mean, we're obviously, the pick is Elspeth, no question. But, yeah, it looks like we're passing a lot of stuff. We may get back a life staff, or one of these blue cards seems quite likely. Yeah. Alright. Yay for us and being in white. Hurrah. So this one, we're taking a mirror. I'm thinking it's the Palladium breed, because they're definitely much harder to come by, even though we do have an on color. There's really not a whole lot more in this pack worth considering. It's between the mirrors, and you know, we don't have a particularly high curve that we're ramping towards, but you know, ramping her out would be fine, and that out on turn 5 would be okay too. So yeah, Palladium mirror. So we're taking the Revoke Existence. Not passing a whole lot. Copper Mirror. There's some okay cards, but yeah, we're just taking the Revoke Existence. And here we're taking the Stag. I'm going to go ahead and mark that. I'm going to pause it real quick just to see. I'm curious what we missed out on that first pack. So I'm going to pause it real quick. So here's what we missed out on in that pack. To be quite honest, I think that might have been the pick anyway. I'm not really seeing anything that's, you know, spread the sickness. Flare Husk. I mean, it's, yeah, nothing really stupid that stands out to me. I mean, I don't necessarily know the names that great. Viridian Emissary. Yeah, decent stuff, but yeah, nothing amazing. So, alright, coming back at it. Wall of Tanglecord seems like the pick here. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. There's really not a whole lot here for us otherwise. Alright, some decent metalcraft stuff. Dispense Justice. We are, we have a decent amount of artifacts at this point, but nothing insane. Not a lot of low casting cost. Most of them are at 4, which makes these guys a little less good. And this is okay removal. It's not the best. We seem to have a decent amount of removal going on at this point, as temporary removal. Kind of okay with that. I don't know how often this guy's going to get turned on, so I think maybe we'll just take the Dispense Justice. It's solid. We'll more than likely play it. So I think there's nothing going on here in white. We could take the Bladed Pinions and help out our any hopes that we might have for metal crafting, get us in some damage. Quite good with Glimmer Point Stag. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I mean, it's that or the Invisimancer, kind of going a little more towards the blue plan, but yeah, Bladed Pinions. And we always could be, white, splash a couple of other colors, splash blue and green, or splash black and blue, or whatever. Really not a whole lot in this pack. We're looking kind of control-y, maybe getting in some random damage in the air. Haven't seen a lot of flyers, which I would kind of hope to. I mean, aside from the Sky Eel School, which I do not imagine we'll see shortly. But Trigon on Mending, not likely to play it, but this is just mostly poor cards anyway. I mean, there's this guy and this, really, so. And neither of them is spectacular. Alright, so we got Silvermere, Surtark, and Replica. I like the Replica here, I think, most out of these cards. Silvermere is quite nice, ramping us to our 4 and 5 drops. Standalone, that guy is about the best to have. I think we'll go with the Mirror. Nah, Replica. Yeah, Replica. Wayfarer's got a big butt. He cannot lie. Oh, Flight Spellbomb. Quite nice. I'll take it. This guy or this. We could play that, but we've got a lot of removal at this point. I think not so much for creatures, mostly for artifacts. We may be getting short on flyers, and we will. Yeah. And if we need them, we have multiple Soul Claws. So, yep. Still not sure on our second color, but that is fine. We'll just open up another Elspeth here and be good with that. Wouldn't that just be the worst, right? 2 Elspeths in one pool. Most unfortunate. Planeswalker rule. Eventually we'll open a pack here, hopefully. Nope, we will open another bomb though, in the Steel Hellkite. So, kind of wishing now that that would have been the mirror pick. We're having to pass Arrest and Contagion Clasp and Razor Hippogriff, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we just take the Hellkite here. Gives us a good way to finish the game, and we're still, looking just like nearly mono white. We'll see how well it flows after passing the Hippogriff back the other way. So yeah, Hellkite it is. I'm okay with that. Not a whole lot to say here. I think we just take the Leaden Mirror, try and ramp into our good stuff. No real consistent flyers this guy, and nothing that holds the ground, because I think that's pretty much what we're playing is white X flyers. Speaking of X, best card is probably that right there. After after that, it goes pretty downhill. We only have one piece of equipment for that. Is that correct? Looks like just the pinions, and that's it. So yeah, ooh, I mean, this is the one color that we were not considering as our second color at this point, so that's kind of unfortunate. And the galvanizer, I guess the galvanizer could do some stuff for us, you know, with our palladium mirror and whatnot. Could be a little fun, ramp up a little extra mana quicker. Yeah, I guess that's okay. I think that's what we do. And we're hoping to get some more mirror anyway, I think. Life Staff seems like a pretty good card for our deck. Yeah, I like the idea of making our guys a little more deadly and gaining us life. That seems pretty alright. There's some other good cards in here for other decks, but I don't think really any of those work into our deck. You know, this guy is pretty okay for our deck, but I don't think he's really necessary. He's good, but he's not necessary. So yeah, I think we'll take the Life Staff and hope to wheel one of these two cards, which I don't think is terribly unlikely. I mean, these cards are crap, and this card is crap, and somebody will probably snap that guy up. So I believe we just take the other leaden mirror here. I don't see any reason not to. Yeah. So I guess the other wall of Tangle Cord, we are running into, you know, having quite, you know, only a few ways to kill them. It's basically just bombing them out kind of ways to kill them. So yeah, wall of Tangle Cord seems fine. I'm gonna play a bunch of these guys and win that way. Seems awful. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot here. Maybe we play a Salvage Scout. Unlikely, but these are just not very good cards. Alright, guess the Replica is an okay guy. Yeah, we'll try it. Okay, Sertark. Seems like a guy we could do. I mean, it's between that and Strider Harness, and I don't think that is particularly appealing to us, so yeah, I think we could splash in the Sertark. Seems acceptable. Yeah, sideboard poison card, sure, or infect. Alright, what do we want to take away from somebody between the Rebirth and the Spell Bomb? I say the Rebirth. And we didn't get anything out of this. It was kind of a pipe dream of mine that we would, but yeah. And that guy's pretty late. Unlikely to play it. Alright, well, this is an interesting deck. And I will be back shortly for the build portion. Okay, so this is what we're ending up with. We're doing a, you know, obviously white base, and we're splashing green and blue. Doing a Bant deck here, and our green is these two cards, and then also activations on the Wall of Tangle Cords, and then our blue is this card here, the Quicksilver Geyser, with the Nurok Replica. Could do the black, bringing that in. We already have the leaden mirror. In fact, the more I look at that, that's probably better. I mean, it's piece of removal versus tempo. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that. In fact, I'm looking at it now. We'll take it, because we do have the 2 leaden mirrors. And I think that we go ahead and we can pop back the islands, cut them back just a little bit, and the plains, throw in a couple of swamps. Our Viridian Emissary to search up the swamps if need be. So we'll just add in a couple more swamps here, and yeah, why not? We'll play 4 colors. No actual blue cards, but just an island for the Norok replica. It seems okay. I don't know if we do that. I mean, it's a 1/4 guy, kind of like having the larger butt on him. At 3, we could just do the 1/5 and skip the blue altogether. That is a possibility. Perhaps I unpaused this a little bit early. Still having second thoughts on how to build this. I ended up taking out the Sirtark because the artifact count just was not good enough. And yeah, I mean, we could just take that out and get a little bit better on our consistency. What we'd bring in, I mean, maybe the Galvanizer. He is an okay guy. He's got a couple guys to help out. Yeah, we'll go with that, just to add consistency. Do that and add another swamp. Nah, we'll do another plains. I mean, we only have the 1 black card, so yeah. So not the worst thing. Not the best. We'll just have to see how we do. All right, and I will see you in round 1.